Blake Lively just dropped her amended complaint against Justin Baldoni, which everyone thought was going to be a huge bombshell in the lawsuit between them. Unfortunately, it's mostly a nothing burger, but what I've realized is that Blake Lively had to strengthen her argument by rallying the sisterhood against Baldoni. She is now hinting that other actresses on the movie were also uncomfortable in Justin Baldoni's presence.
Live by the sword, Baldoni.
Yeah, I mean, being that he is a male feminist, it's hard to feel bad for him. These are the tactics that he supported when he chose to believe all women, as a good male feminist does. So Blake Lively did not end up naming those actresses explicitly, but they're likely to be Jenny Slate, who played her sister-in-law in the movie, and Isabella Ferrer, who played the younger version of Blake's character in the movie. They were reached out to for comment, but have not said anything so far. It's heavily hinted at in this new complaint that they also felt victimized by Justin Baldoni in some way, shape, or form. She puts a new emphasis on the harassment and retaliation she detailed in previous filings. There are at least 2 other women cited who allegedly suffered from the actions of Baldoni and his Wayfarer Studios CEO, Jamie Heath. The individuals' names are left out of the document for now, but it notes that they do intend to be witnesses in the trial starting next year in the New York City federal court.
So why are they left out now?
Yeah.
Because what? Because it prevents the people that he has working for him to go out and find something that might run contrary to their claims?
Probably prevents him from discovering relevant information, providing receipts of text messages between himself and those stars. But they actually started out this amendment complaint from Blake with a quote from Justin Baldoni. It was actually a quote from Justin Baldoni's TED Talk titled, "Why I'm Done Trying to Be Man Enough," from 2017.
Justin Baldoni said that?
He was one of the very early examples of dyed in the wool male feminists.
I want her to take him for all he's worth.
Ironically, this is how she started out her complaint. This is the quote from Justin. "Are you confident enough to listen to the women in your life, to hear their ideas and their solutions, to hold their anguish and actually believe them, even if what they're saying is against you?"
Is he married?
Yes, he is.
Yes. "And will you actually stand up and do something so that one day we don't have to live in a world where a woman has to risk everything and come forward to say the words, 'Me Too'?" So clearly he, during the height of Me Too, was very supportive of this effort to expose the wrongdoings of lecherous men in Hollywood. But now that he has been wrongfully accused of the same exact misconduct, he feels a different way about it. And
of course he does.
I said this should be a moment of reckoning for him, but in reality, this is a male feminist falling on the sword for his ideology. And it's only just, in my eyes, that he should do that. But yeah, they say in her spokesperson's statement, importantly, these victim witnesses have given Blake Lively permission to share their communications in her amended complaint as they are laid out, and they will testify and produce documents in the discovery process. And then, this was funny to me, Blake Lively's complaint assures that she is 1,000,000% sure that those women were uncomfortable. They say, Blake Lively brought this lawsuit because she was one of the, quote, women or 2 that Justin Baldoni, quote, 1,000,000% made uncomfortable on the set of the film. I mean, at least if you're 1,000,000% sure, then I guess we should 1,000,000% believe you. And then she also provided screenshots of mean tweets that were directed at her from the time period of this coordinated social media attack. And there's no proof that they are part of some kind of bot campaign. It's just people saying mean things to Blake Lively. So she cited here screenshots of 3 anonymous Twitter accounts trying to redact their @ but then it was just visible at the bottom of the page.
Yeah.
They said, one of them said, @Blake Lively, you and your husband are terrible people. It was nauseating to read how you use your power to hijack someone else's work, and not only that, but also to push the harassment narrative, not just to discredit Baldoni, but as a strategy to strip him of the rights of his books. Another one said, every woman with a son should effing hate the sight of Blake Lively, because this could be my effing son she is doing this to. Blake, you're an effing see you next Tuesday with a bad lisp. Fix yourself, twat. Who do you think you are, accusing men of wanting you, when in reality he wanted no part of you? You're damaged, and yes, you are effing fat, and need a 5150 hold for trying to destroy white men's lives. You're an evil, vile POS, and I hope your kids read and know exactly who you are when they grow up. And your micro-dick husband. Respectfully, the American moms with sons. Middle finger emoji. Another one said, @Blake Lively, liar, narcissistic, bully, extortioner. #Team Justin Baldoni. So obviously these are people who feel very strongly about the case, and they have turned against Blake Lively based on the information that they've learned about it. This is not evidence of a coordinated, paid-for social media harassment campaign that was planned out and executed by Justin Baldoni and his PR team. There is no evidence of a coordinated attack.
Do we want to go through some of the bullet points in the filing, like 9 through 11?
what?
Like I just don't know if it's anything that they want to go through when they talk about.
We have a 20
go
from
for it.
Brian Bledsoe. It's not about blaming the kids' behavior. It's on the parents to have the common courtesy for everyone else, especially at quiet moments similar to a movie theater. Also can be a teaching moment for a disruptive small child.
Love you, homie, but you're missing the point.
Should they take their kids out in the middle of the movie?
No, the point is, if everyone should expect the person to just have, everyone should expect children to be sometimes around and noisy. The fact that people are expecting the parent to take them out is what is throwing cold water on the idea of having children around all the time.
I think if your
I know you
baby is in a
disagree.
movie theater crying, you shouldn't keep the baby in the movie theater.
That maybe in a movie theater, but I'm not even.
Wait, so a
convinced about
movie
that.
theater's not
But
okay, but a wedding is?
I don't think that I don't think either of them shouldn't have to leave.
Okay.
But I don't think that
Okay.
first of all, like, that baby wasn't crying. That baby was fussing and making noise. That's gonna happen. If the kid was crying and like, colicky and inconsolable, maybe because you want to fix whatever the problem is with the kid. But if the kid's just making noise, kids make noise. That's
Blah.
part of it.
Yeah.
Kick him out.
You're both wrong.
Well, I think that Blake Lively including these screenshots of hate tweets against her in this lawsuit, it proves that she is a narcissist who couldn't handle the idea that people organically grew to hate her. I mean, she had to believe the narrative that someone was behind it trying to take her down and that none of it could be real.
Yeah.
Well-
She can't handle the idea that people genuinely felt this way about her.
Yeah.
And then it just it snowballed and it turned into what it is now.
It's so weird considering. I guess I don't know if it's because she really loves acting or if she just loves the ability to control what's going on set, but it's not like she has to work and stuff like that. So it's very interesting to see that she went back to acting after a period of time of not working, and this stuff immediately picked back up again. It was like them talking about who is it that I meant to bring it up in one of the videos the other day, but I didn't. Was it Penn Badgley that was on Gossip Girl?
Yes.
And she was like, I made everybody hate him.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
why?
She said
Why,
that
though?
she
said
gathered together all these co-stars
Yeah.
to turn against Penn Badgley.
And she said eventually they became friends. I'm like, but why was your initial instinct to like just to hate the dude?
Yeah, because she's a Hollywood mean girl.
Yeah.
That's just who she is through and through.
Yeah.
Not saying that's even like that bad of a thing. There are plenty of them out there who don't take it to this level of extremes. I mean, personally, I got a lot of pushback for this, but I love that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are in the type of toxic relationship that they're in. I find it hilarious and endearing. I do.
I like that. I love the idea of making Balboni's life
Baldoni.
worse, whatever his name is.
Balboa.
Baldoni.
Justin sucks balls.
No,
Donnie.
I'm sorry, but if we're talking about who's winning the PR game, he is absolutely winning the PR
He
game.
is, yeah.
So one of the hardest things that might ever exist in humanity is to get conservative-leaning people to sympathize with a male feminist, and that's exactly what he's done. Or should I say maybe
somehow accomplished
not
it.
that he did that, but that she pushed them to that through her behavior.
It's impressive.
It
really.
is.
But her and Ryan Reynolds conspired together, invested millions of dollars just to make fun of a stupid male feminist that Blake
I
Lively
love
had
that.
to work with.
I
love that for them. I do. But if they had just chilled out and left it at the nice pool character and just threw some shade at him and then moved on with their lives, it wouldn't have blown up in their faces later on.
I want to watch Deadpool 3 again.
Just to
see
interpret
nice
it
pool.
differently.
Yeah, see it.
He's also infinitely better at gaining sympathy and marketing himself in this time right now, because everywhere he goes, he's with his family. He's on the beach with his family. He's at the airport with his family and his kids.
Loves his wife.
And look, you can say that that's fake and he's just doing it for the cameras. That might be true, but I'm pragmatically, as I always tell you guys, there really is no difference there. It is a bit of a weird form of relativism there. As long as you believe it to be true, then it's true, because nobody here is ever going to know the full lives of these people anyways. The most you have to go on is what is given to the public in your own intuition. So having any type of die-hard opinion about any celebrity is foolish to begin with, because you can't actually know them.
There's also a bizarre comparison made between Blake Lively and Hamas in the lawsuit. So Justin Baldoni is not the only person getting sued here. He is getting sued for more serious claims than the other co-defendants. Jamie Heath is the CEO of Justin Baldoni's production
company.
company.
Steve Sorowitz is the co-founder of Wayfair.
Right.
Yeah.
Steve Sarowitz was a co-producer on It Ends With Us, and he's also getting sued by Blake Lively for breach of contract. And they issued here a very strange statement that he made. They say the co-producer, Steve Sarowitz, confessed to a third party that if Blake Lively or Ryan Reynolds ever cross the line, then I will go after them. He declared, "I will protect the studio like Israel protected itself from Hamas. There were 39,000 dead bodies. There will be 2 dead bodies when I'm done. Minimum. Not dead, but you're dead to me." So that kind of dead. But dead to a lot of people.
LARPing.
Is he talking about how Israel protected itself on October 7th? Because that's suboptimal.
I think he's referring to everything that's been done since then as protecting
okay.
themselves. The point being that it's a weird form of American LARPing, where he lives here, but he imagines himself like some Hollywood freedom fighter.
He said, he remarked
He sounds
to the
nuts.
same...
I'm with you in the chat. Effing in the chat
absolutely
says
crazy.
the guy sounds nuts. Yeah,
He does.
I mean, but this is what I said. We're returning to the era of the crazy coke snorting music executive or Hollywood executive.
Yeah.
You know, he sounds nuts now, but he could greenlight the greatest project in history like that.
He remarked to the same person as well, "If they ever get me to that point, then I'll make it worth their while, because I'm going to spend a lot of money to make sure the studio is protected."
I'm just
I don't think
picturing
he's referring to Sony.
whatever poor person he's with just rolling their eyes like, oh, God.
There's also a statement from Baldoni's legal team given to Variety after the amended complaint dropped. They said, "Our clients have been transparent in providing receipts, real-time documents, and video showing a completely different story than what has been manipulated and cherry-picked to the media. Our clients have taken this matter and issues very seriously, notwithstanding the jokes made publicly by the plaintiff and her husband." They're referring to the joke that was scripted for Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds at SNL 50. Her underwhelming amended complaint is filled with unsubstantial hearsay and unnamed persons who are clearly no longer willing to come forward and publicly support her claims. Since documents do not lie and people do, upcoming depositions of those who initially supported Blake Lively's false claims and those who are witnesses to her own behavior will be enlightening. What is truly uncomfortable here is Blake Lively's lack of actual evidence.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.